The APC in Anambra State may be forced to seek other legitimate options, because obviously there's no way APC in Anambra State can be part of this effort to legitimize illegalities. We can never be part of that. We want to put the record straight. The APC in Anambra State supports every effort, every step that is made or is being made to democratize the local government system in the state in line with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We support that. 2, we are aware of the constitutional powers bestowed on the state government to kickstart the processes that will lead to the democratization of the local government system. We support that. And thirdly, we also expect that there should be a level playing ground for all the political parties that will be involved in the election. And of course, in this case, we expect an acceptable minimum level of fairness, acceptable level of credibility and transparency in the election. Looking at the various steps so far taken by the state government, the ANSIEC, and the parliament, of course, we are not in any way enthused. We are not in any way satisfied that the state is prepared to conduct a credible local government election in Anambra State. We are yet to be convinced, based on the steps taken so far, that the state government is prepared to stick by the rules. Looking at the steps so far taken, of course you agree with me that they've not really given us the opportunity to feel that they want to conduct something credible. For instance, just look at the stakeholders meeting that was summoned by ANSIEC on the 15th of August 2024. And that was supposed to be the first outing of ANSIEC, where all traditional rulers were invited, town union presidents were invited, religious leaders were invited, stakeholders were invited, as well as the chairman of the various political parties. And one will just ask, what exactly did ANSIEC expect to gain out of that stakeholders meeting? That was the first outing of ANSIEC. And ordinarily, one would have expected that, considering the fact that ANSIEC is supposed to partner with the political parties, the various political parties, to midwife the elections, one would have expected that the first thing INEC should have done would have been to invite the various political parties, lay out their programs, and now elicit response from the various political parties that will now help them to formulate the best way forward. But that was not done. Obviously, things must always move in sequence. The fact that the first thing was not done is an indication that the ANSIEC is up to something. If you look at that first step, it will tell you that something is just wrong there. Something is wrong. The implication is that the parties have not in any way been considered in the workings of ANSIEC, because if they had considered the fact that they are supposed to partner first with the political parties before the calling of the stakeholders. So we are of the opinion that ANSIEC in Anambra State has not really shown that they are ready to conduct the election the way it should be. Now, apart from that, you're also aware of the various amendments that have been made by the Parliament, by the House of Assembly. That, of course, amounts to shifting the goalposts while the game is on. You are aware of this new law that has to do with the signing. Who signs the list of the candidates that will be submitted to ANSIEC? The whole thing obviously was based on the personal interest of the Awka administration here in Anambra State. You are also aware of the new law that has just been enacted by the Assembly, which has to do with the duration within which the election will be conducted. Previously, we all know of the law that any election should have a maximum of 150 days up to 90 days. But today, are confronted with this new law, which of course stated that the forthcoming local government election should be conducted within the next 30 days. And one begins to wonder, 30 days, when this administration has been in place for almost 2 years and a half. Now they are telling us that the local government election should be conducted within 30 days. Something the administration could not do within the 2.5 years it has been in existence. They now want to do it within 30 days. And of course, that gives worry to each and every one of us. And we are now beginning to ask the practicability of getting all these things done within the 30 days stipulated. The 30 days in question will be the period within which all parties are expected to sell the forms, get the aspirants who have purchased the forms to the campaign to be nominated from their various parties, compile the list and submit to address issues arising from the primaries, campaign for the election proper, and now be engaged in the election proper, not to talk of other things you are supposed to do, like the issue of getting the agents and providing all the logistics needed in the 5,720 polling units. And all these things we are expected to do within 30 days. When obviously we have other options of extending the something up to 90 days, up to maximum of 150 days, based on the law we had before the new law. Gentlemen of the press, how practicable is this? Is it possible? Of course, your guess is as good as mine. Now, there's even the other aspect that we need to look at, and that is the issue of prospective voters. Those who could not vote in the last general election, but who have now turned 18 years based on the constitution, and who are willing, ready, and are itching to be part of this new endeavor. Now, from what we have seen, there is obviously no provision for review of the voters register, and I'm yet to see any election where the issue of voters register has not been considered before. Now, does it mean that this group of people, the group that even forms the larger chunk of the population, should just be disenfranchised? So how can we now go on with the election without considering this group of people? Simply because we want to hurry up and conduct the election we have failed to conduct when the same administration has been in place for the past 2.5 years. Here, let me just ask you, can a proper election be carried out without provision for review of voters register? Of course, it's not possible. Gentlemen of the press, our position as APC in Anambra State is very simple. One, the APC in Anambra State is prepared to participate, that is this proposed local government election, if a level playing ground is provided for all the parties involved. Two, if government and ANSIEC continue the way they are going about the whole thing, the APC in Anambra State may be forced to seek other legitimate options, because obviously there's no way APC in Anambra State can be part of this effort to legitimize illegalities. We can never be part of that. But I want to assure you that whatever option or options we might decide to take will be in full consultation with the IPAC, which of course is the umbrella of all the political parties in Anambra State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless Anambra State. God bless Anambra State.